Hi, my name is Emily, and this is the story of my journey with alopecia areata. It all started in May of 2020 on a Sunday morning. We had just sat down in our living room to watch a sermon when my head began to ache, like it has done in the past. I took my hair down, thinking maybe it was because of my ponytail. So as I sat there with my hair down, I began to run my fingers through my hair and kind of massage my scalp. As I was doing that, I noticed a funny feeling spot on the bottom right side of my head. I turned my head and asked George what it was, and that's when he said it looked like a bald spot about the size of a quarter. Thus began my journey. I promptly researched and found that it could possibly be alopecia, which in its basic term means balding, loss of hair. But because of what I read and the fact that the spot on my head was well concealed, I decided to forego going to the doctor at the time because of finances and the fact that most offices at the time were only accepting emergency appointments. And what I thought I was dealing with would soon resolve itself within a few months and start to grow back. Well, I was wrong. The spot grew over the next couple of months. My hair started falling out even faster. I was thankful that it was only one spot, and as long as it grew back, I was fine. At the end of August, I finally gave in and made a telemedicine call to my family doctor. That's when I understood how bad my condition had become. She told me of one woman that came to see her, but her alopecia was more advanced than mine. And she not only went to 3 different doctors, but she also had to seek medical treatment in another state to have any kind of progression in regrowing her hair back. And even then, it didn't grow back completely, only just to a point where she was happy. My doctor promptly told me to go to my dermatologist and seek treatment, and so I did. I had my first treatment on September 1st, 2020. I was given a round of steroid injections, which was the weirdest and most painful experience with needles I've ever had, other than having a root canal done earlier this year. I was so thankful that George was with me and helped me to make decisions on the treatments that had been recommended to me. And so I applied topical steroids to my scalp twice a day for the next month. A month later, on October 5th, was my next appointment. I informed my doctor that another spot had shown up on the top of my head, and I was shedding even more hair than a month ago, to the amount which had reminded me of George's mother when she herself was losing her hair because of chemo. At that point, I had already started considering the possibility of just buzzing my hair off and going with a wig, because the emotional stress and witnessing my hair fall out by the handfuls was just devastating. My doctor talked with me and George in depth about my options, and we decided on another round of injections, and was given the option to consider going on an immunosuppressant pill that could possibly help, but could also put me at greater risk for upper respiratory infections, among other things, which would need to take place to be on the pill, of which I won't go into detail. We decided to sleep on it, but ultimately, we both were thinking the same thing. No to the pill. Getting my hair back at a chance with the possibility of destroying the rest of my body in the meantime was not worth it. So after my appointment, I was almost dead set on cutting my hair off and purchasing a wig. However, after a long discussion with George, he suggested to wait to cut my hair off until my next appointment in November, just to see if the injections would help from this last appointment and maybe my hair would start growing back and falling out less. I thought that was very wise of him, and so I waited. A little over a week later, my hair began to fall out more quickly, and then I started to notice new bald spots popping up. Over the course of 5 days, 4 new spots had popped up and began to show through my ponytail. That's when I talked to George and made the decision to purchase my first wig. After looking through hundreds of wigs and showing my family the top 3 wigs I had chosen, a decision was made. My mother, wanting to support me in some way, insisted on purchasing my first wig. It arrived Thursday, October 15th. I kept my hair for a few more days and then made the leap that Saturday. With George at the helm and over a period of about 30 minutes, with much giggling and tickledness, he buzzed my hair off. After it was said and done, I looked in the mirror, and that's when I realized how progressed my alopecia was. It was worse than I had imagined. I knew it was getting bad because of the amount of hair I was losing as I brushed my hair or as I showered, but nothing could have prepared me for what I saw. My first comment when it was done was, "I look like a leopard." It feels weird having my hair buzzed, but it relieves me at the same time. I'm not constantly seeing my hair fall out or having to see bald spots through my thinning hair. Now my wig fits better and doesn't slide off my head because of the slick hair I had. Hats have become my new best friend, especially around the house. My hair may or may not grow back, but you know what? I'm okay with that. The support of my family has been tremendous. My dad even bought me a starter kit for the care of my new synthetic wig. My mother and sisters have been so loving and supportive and always so eager to give me a compliment. And George, I could not ever imagine going through this without him. He has helped me see things from a different perspective, always giving wisdom and sound direction when I needed it the most. When my emotions became the best of me, he was the shoulder to cry on. And of course, most of all, he truly lived according to the word and followed Christ's commandment of husbands. Husbands, love your wife as Christ loved the church. I did indeed cry, sob, and felt depressed over my plight. But now I'm ready to move forward, make changes, have fun with my new do, and enjoy this new season in my life. Thank you for joining me, and God bless you. Amen and amen.